She's got a little tender spot there, to be careful.
Put down your hand a little bit.
Paying particular attention around those dry elbows and nice polish on the shoulder.
By removing it with warm towels. Now we're going to do her abdominal area.
And then we'll begin to stimulate the nodes at the temporal. Those are at the hollow of each side of the eyes.
Make sure it's not too hot for your client. If your client has jewelry on and you'd like to clean her jewelry, ask her if she feels like she would like you to soak it in the dish with her fingers. Not all clients will like that, but you can offer it. And you can see I'm using very, very light pressure, just kind of sculpting, shaping. This is a sharp file. You don't need to be aggressive with it. So, I like to use the black side mostly on the outside of the skin, on the cuticle area, not really on the nail. She's got a little tender spot there, to be careful. And then I go over the nail. So what I want you to do is we're going to dip your hands into the hot paraffin wax. This is not hot enough to burn you. You don't have to worry about touching the sides or the bottom of the paraffin heater. It's regulated the temperature. And just place your hand like that. And we're going to dip straight down, go in the wax, and come up. We're going to hold it there for about 5 seconds. And then dip it down again, and up. I'm using a nail strengthener, and we're applying it right over our silk. And it's really important not to shake your top coat or your base coat. It will create bubbles in your polish.
I'm going to start on the chin because you don't feel much pain on the chin. And then she'll develop the pain threshold. I'm going to start on the right side of the chin. I'm using black thread so you can see on the face how I'll move. I'm going to go a little bit slow so you can see. I'm putting the thread on the face straight. The right hand is doing all the work and left hand is bringing the twists back to the right hand. These two fingers working, push the twists. And here you're grabbing the hair, bringing the hair from the hair root. So again, the right hand is pulling the hair and left hand is bringing back. And I'm going to show you on your arm. Okay. So you can feel it. So if I'm going to target this area. The thread is going straight, all the twists softly on top of the skin. You're not going to go like this or anything, just straight on the skin. Because men have coarser hair than female, it's a little bit harder. Okay, could you please bring your index finger and pull down your eyelid? Put down your hand a little bit. I'm not going to make it very sharp arch like on female. Before you start shaping the eyebrow, you need to ask them. They'll tell you where they want you to work, and also you can suggest what kind of eyebrow will look good on them. With guys, they want to do some cleanup and want to have a little bit shape, but thicker eyebrows looks good on them. I can use the tweezer to take out this shortest hair.
The rain bar swings away so you can position it over the client and move it back and forth. Most come with a handheld shower hose, which is a handy accessory. Some come with face guards to protect a client's face from spray. Some may also have a splash guard draping down from the rain bar. A splash guard minimises water spray and protects you from getting wet. The spray pattern, angle and water temperature for individual nozzles may be adjusted as desired. In fact, individually controlled shower heads can be turned off to provide concentrated high pressure flow from the remaining open heads. So up the upper, descending and lower colon area. Pay particular attention around the hips, especially on female clients. Now it's okay to stand behind the head at this stage. However, for the purpose of the video today, we will keep working from this angle. Paying particular attention around those dry elbows and a nice polish on the shoulder. How's that feel, Lou? Good. Really fine film, finer than what you'd apply a facial mask, is all you need with your Seaweed. It's nice, especially with being summer, just to treat that bottom part of the foot. So your client doesn't get too cold, just going to start to wrap her already. This will help keep her nice and warm.
Following the terminus area, we move to the abdomen and we work on opening the vena cava. That is the major dumping area for the lymphatic system. You'll place your fingers just below the xiphoid process. Have the client take a deep breath in as you apply pressure to the area beneath the xiphoid, and then as they breathe out, you take the heel of your hand and press right below the navel. Okay, breathe in again. And out. You do not want to do this if they have eaten recently. There needs to be a 2-hour wait time before doing this particular procedure. And breathe out. You will do this 3 times. Okay, now the lymph system is open and flowing, and we'll start the skin rolling as we did on the other areas of the body. We'll start at the bottom of the abdominal area and do light superficial skin rolling, and we will work towards the midline here on the body. We will work as far as the upper aspect of the navel. The second pass is deeper. The final pass is the deepest pass, and you're engaging the muscles of the abdominal wall. After completion of doing that side of the body, change to the other side of the table and work the side of the abdomen that's on the far side from you. The first pass again is light. At the end of each pass, just do a gentle tug up. We're working against gravity. Second pass is deeper. As a therapist, what you are feeling for is the separation of the fascial tissue. And you will begin to feel that usually after the 2nd or 3rd week. So after completing this last series of rolls, then we're going to go and we're going to do deeper myofascial release. Again, I will anchor the area with my one hand, and then I'll take the opposing hand and we're going to just glide upwards. This is working the rectus abdominis muscle and doing myofascial release on it. Again, we're going to do it in a series of 3. And this is very deep work. Your client may want to go to the bathroom before you do this.
Now I'm going to wipe my client on the side closest to myself so that when I lean over her, I don't get product on myself. And you can see how well this gel has really absorbed into the skin. And this gel is so hydrating that you don't even need to have lotion afterwards. So you just want to make sure that you've rinsed it really thoroughly by removing it with warm towels. Now we're going to do her abdominal area. Now while she's in the steam canopy, as she starts to get really warm, because we do have that heat retention foil in there, she can go ahead and just open that up, and that allows that steam to help permeate those wonderful nutrients from the seaweed. And at the end of her treatment, we will go ahead and lift off our steam canopy and pull back the foil, and we will wipe our client down with just some warm towels, apply a cooling lotion, and then she's good to go on to her day. Now I'm ready to help my client unwrap from the foil, and I'm going to wipe her off with some warm towels and apply a moisturizing lotion for her. So when you unwrap your client, you want to do it kind of slow because she's been in that wonderful warm steam, and as you unwrap her, it's going to be very cold and shocking. So have a towel nearby to assist her with a warm towel. We're going to get rid of this sheet, and then we're going to apply a towel. So here we go. And you can see as it's starting to set up, I can just lift it right off there. Starts to form a little rubbery texture, and that's the kind of texture that we're looking for as it sets around the leg. And as it sets up, you can just adjust those edges as you need to. And what the whole purpose behind it is so we can get the mask to connect. Now these are generally areas where you're going to experience cellulite. So this upper thigh and hip region is usually where your client wants to experience some inch loss. So you're going to try to mold that mask right along the edges. Make sure it's good and covered. Wrap her really good and quickly because you want to trap that heat in. All right, are you getting warm? Okay. Now we're going to hurry and put on our second linen wrap. And we're not going to have to unwrap it all the way this time. We just need to make sure that we cocoon her in this just to trap that heat in. Is that too warm? Okay. Just laying this on the top. And then what we're going to do is bring our thermal blanket up along with our towel.
I still don't feel the pulsing in the back of her neck. It means the chakra here, the solar plexus, is confused. It's not flowing freely. So what I do is I will take a crystal. I use a clear quartz. The clear quartz crystals amplify the energy. They will help the energy get stronger. I put it right here on the chakra, and I put a chokore on top of it. Remember, you say the chokore 3 times every time it enters into the energy field of the body. You'll notice she took a breath. The energy is starting to flow differently now. Taking my hand to the back of her neck, checking in to see, is it flowing yet? This has calmed down a lot just by putting this crystal here. I don't feel that prickly energy. Did you feel the difference?
Yes, I feel less tension, and then also my ears, for some reason, popped.
Nice. It's always interesting to see where the universal life force goes in the body. It's directing itself. It's going to where it needs to be. Now, as you're moving into this part of the body, you really want to make sure to use your intuition. You put chokerays on the 2 chakras that are part of this body, but there's a lot of other stuff that goes on. Leaving the crystal here, I'm going to do a chokeray on the 2nd chakra right here. Chokeray, chokeray, chokeray. Connecting with the body's energy. So my intuition tells me to take my hands and put them on the outside of the ribs. This is where all the big organs are. There's a lot of energy there. It's very, very hot for my hands. How are you feeling?
Good.
Rocking gently. When you sense the energy, it feels sometimes on different parts of your palm. One part will feel smooth and cool, and yet maybe on your fingers it feels hot and prickly. You wait until all of your hand, fingers and palm feel smooth and cool.
And equal parts, and then I want to mix. The reason I like this product is that it's not runny. I have total control of it. There are many products out there. Find one you're most comfortable with. Mix it together very well. Do enough that you're going to have total control. Now, from here on, her lids need to remain closed so that we don't catch any fumes. And I'm going to sweep, and I ask them not to pinch their lashes together, because if they pinch their eyelids together, this will push it in towards their eye, and then I have to take it off and rinse and start over. Okay, I can't apply to the top and then the bottom because I'll get fumes as soon as I start working. So I just go to work. I apply to the top, and then I push the bottom up against the top. And I ask, as we continue, you know, are you having any stinging sensation? Are you uncomfortable? Sometimes they say stop. Sometimes they say, yeah, I'm a little uncomfortable. If they start to tear it all and they're still fine with it, I fold it around into quarters, and I just touch their tear duct a little bit and kind of push it on it a little bit gently, and it'll kind of settle the tears down, and I can continue working on. So now I will go around to the other side. And again, I like working only with the eyes and then only with the brows. I have way more control that way. And I haven't made a big mess all over her face. I've tried to keep it contained right where I need it. And this is important. This is how you will get repeat clientele in this. If they leave a mess and they can't go anywhere for a few days because they're so stained, you won't be the person that they come back to for this service again. We're going to wait 20 minutes for this process to take place, and then we'll clean her up and advance to the brows.
So I'm ready for the glue. Put my jade stone down on my palette here. Give the bottle a good shake. I also want to show you how I'm holding my tweezers. Basically the edge of my tweezer with the very tip rested on the back of my hand, and it's the same with this side here. Generally the lashes on the outer and inner corners are slightly shorter, so we'll start with a slightly shorter extension. We're going to go to an 8 first. And because this is going to be a partial, with partials you can either spread the 25 to 40 lashes evenly across the entire eye, or if they want more of a cat eye look, you can concentrate them on the outer corner. Again, you want to keep about 0.5 to 1 millimeter from the lash line so that no glue ever gets into the eye. Also, with a partial, you can skip a few lashes. You don't have to do, you're not expected to do every individual lash.
And you just want to keep applying it until you've used all the concentrate. You can see that her skin looks a lot smoother, shinier. She's absorbed a lot of the mask. The purpose of this facial is to restore the skin's water balance, so we will begin by using the proper cleanser for the client's skin type. The biggest cause of dehydration to the skin is transepidermal moisture loss. But another reason is harsh chemicals, harsh soaps, and alkalis. When we strip off the surface of the skin too much. If your client is claustrophobic, I would recommend avoiding the neck area completely. It can cause a choking feeling.
Like the crease of the chin, around the corners of the mouth, the upper lip, the top of the lip. Some clients, you will notice, sometimes they get blackheads actually on their lip line. This client does not, but you can actually take this brush right over the lip. Work right over that lip line. Then we're going to work along the sides of the nose, under the side of the nose there at the base, the top of the nose and on the side, and between the brows. And then we're going to go around the ears. So it's important that you always check behind the ears. And just keep moving the infection out.
until you get blood. There we have more infection there. Do you see that? So we got to kind of lift up. See that? Keep working that out. Again, almost kind of a wiggle motion all the way around, because the follicles are not straight into the skin. They tend to curve. We like to think they go straight into the skin, but that is not the case. It's not like what we see in our books. So now that's clear. We have another one here. Again, work all the way around. How do I choose what lesions to work on? I go after the major ones first, the largest ones. So that would be the pustule.
Which is wonderful. So you can see the difference between both sides. And what this mild erythema effect is going to do for the skin is this is going to help bring blood supply to that dermal layer, and it's going to stimulate collagen and fibroblast activity. And all of the wonderful nutrients that are in the gel are being driven into the living epidermis, so that's going to help plump the cells and help to feed nutrients into that area. She's going to notice a tightening in her face. She's going to notice plumping of the lines. If she's been breaking out, she's going to notice a subsiding and purging of her acne. It's going to help that bring that under control. Dispersive pads that you can attach to these clips, and this is going to help ground our client, and this is going to establish a pathway for our electrical stimulation. So we'll take that back off, and you'll find that it's kind of sticky tacky. And what I want you to do is just hold it out straight, take that clip straight in, clip it on, remove that, and then come down and just place that on her arm, nice and flat. Okay, is that comfortable? Yep. All right. Now, we can do many different types of facials using our ultrasound technology. One of the things that you can do is you can use a generic ultrasound gel and customize a facial for your client's skin's particular needs. So I have a kind of a generic ultrasound gel that is infused with aloe vera, and it has sodium oxide dismutase. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and put some in a bowl. And I make sure I get quite a bit in there, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix some active ingredients in here, and I want to make sure I have enough to apply to the face. And I want to make sure that I have enough to go back and to put back on my ultrasound head as I need it throughout the facial treatment. I first swipe my skin with the water and then come across with the ultrasonic spatula, and you'll notice that this vaporization is occurring as I push the spatula along. And this is due to the fact that the ultrasonic spatula is vibrating at such a high intensity that it's literally bursting apart the water and helping the stratum corneum cells to loosen and come along with the ultrasonic spatula. So this is really just vaporizing the water and removing stratum corneum cells with it as we go. Now, due to the high intensity of the heat along with this is going to help to loosen blackheads and any oil deposits that we might have, as well as unrough closed comedones. So this will be wonderful for doing extractions later if we need to do any extractions. So we're going to be very thorough with our forehead, and then we're going to move on to the right side of the face. So as I come around the right side of the face, I'm going to be actually driving my ultrasonic spatula towards the center of the face. Now,
a couple comes in together and both are treated to a massage. Each lies on a massage table, and they both receive a massage simultaneously by 2 trained therapists in the same private room. The massages can be synchronized or customized for each person. While the tandem massage is usually advertised as a romantic experience, the experience need not be limited to partners. This is also a great massage for friends, sisters, or mothers and daughters enjoying an afternoon outing. Ultimately, it's about the shared experience.
All right, now we can move on down to the calf. Do some long strokes, do some compression, some of the C strokes we did. And the calf is really sensitive too. It feels like you could really manipulate it freely, but it really is tender. You have to be really gentle with it. Good. And always connect your strokes so that you're not just working in one area, you go back and connect with the other, with the hip and the thigh. Okay, and then, while many of my clients are local, I distribute brochures in the many hotels, timeshares, and resorts, and I advertise on the internet. These are invaluable outlets for getting out word about my services. I also advertise couples massage as the perfect way to celebrate a honeymoon, an anniversary, Valentine's Day, birthday, or to spend a romantic evening. I will personalize services such as vary the length of the massage or make the session as therapeutic or romantic as desired. You can also advertise the ambiance of your massage room. I have a lovely setup that is very relaxing with candles, a warm and comfortable table, and the scent of exotic healing aromatherapy. My marketing materials mention all that. I even encourage clients to create their own ambiance by bringing their favorite music, refreshment, or scented oils. If you're willing to travel across town, advertise your flexibility. For example, I'm willing to pack up my table and supplies and go to a couple's resort room or home.
To the bone, and back over again, and strokes. Placing your thumb in the middle of the foot, we'll walk in a diagonal, down. Stroking again, and lifting the foot, squeezing with the thumbs. Squeezing with the fingers, never shaking it. Never shake your top coat, you'll get bubbles in it. Okay, getting our plastic bag. Wrapping the foot. Taking our body pack film, and wrapping her leg, and we'll let that sit for 15 to 20 minutes.
Gentle effleurage. And then we'll begin to stimulate the nodes at the temporal. Those are at the hollow of each side of the eyes. Then we'll move to the center of the ear. It's the hollow at the front of the ear. Stimulate with soft circles, approximately 3 to 5 times.
By using the lift in the cup as your guidance, you can choose the appropriate applicator for the body. Customize the intensity and frequency for every client and each part of the body. With time and practice, this will become second nature. With experience, you will learn how to increase or decrease the amount of vacuum required for specific areas or conditions. You can see here that the lift is too high, which is uncomfortable for the client and may cause bruising. There are 2 methods of vacuum suction, static and gliding. For static vacuum suction, the cup is left in one position and the inverse pressure effect causes the tissues to rise up in the cup to produce erythema and vascular interchange in the area. You can see here in the cup that the skin lifts very rapidly on a high frequency like 12.
When the frequency is turned down to 8, the skin lift is higher and the suction is deeper and less frequent.
Okay, thank you so much for watching. And just before you go, did you know I have a free book, 7 Habits of Calm and Happy People? I read a lot of books on this and really condensed it into this with some exercises too. I think you're gonna like it if you want more peace and happiness in your life. So you can find it at findcalm.com/book. Findcalm.com/book. So